Hey, hey, yeah. Makeup, yeah. That was a beautiful smile, yeah. Makeup, yeah. There's a beautiful smile, there's a beautiful smile. Makeup, yeah. There's a beautiful smile. It's the makeup nurse. Said you're rolling with the makeup nurse. Makeup, yeah. There's a beautiful smile. There's a beautiful smile.
I'm back. Welcome back to my channel. The struggle is real with Jamie, the makeup nurse. Today is Mix It Up Monday, and it's also Be Someone Day, Junk Food Day, and Lamington Day. And on this day in history, on July 21st in 1798, Napoleon's forces decisively defeated the Mamluk army near Cairo during the French campaign in Egypt. And in 1861, this battle, also known as the First Battle of Manassas, was the first major land battle of the American Civil War, resulting in a Confederate victory. In 1925, the trial of John Scopes, who was accused of teaching evolution in a Tennessee school, concluded with a guilty verdict, though it sparked national debate about the teaching of science and religion. And in 1969, Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin, after walking on the moon, blasted off from the lunar surface in the lunar module's ascent stage to rejoin the command module. And the riddle of the day is a little pool with 2 layers of wall around it, one white and soft and the other dark and hard, amidst a light brown grassy lawn with an outline of green grass. What am I? Comment down below. And if you want to join the Pajama Club, hit that subscribe button, sit back, get comfy, and let's get started. And for today, for Mix It Up Monday, we're going to do a Cold Blue Glam. And we're talking about a couple experiences of when I was worked at the bedside as a nurse during Cold Blues. And for Cold Blue Glam Day, we're going to use the Elf Cookies and Dreams palette and create a blue look. All right, we're going to start with this shade here. So my first cold blue ever, I was a brand new nurse on the floor, and I worked at like a little small critical access hospital, and you know, I was brand new, and some people get the experience of codes during school. I never got that opportunity. So this patient was sitting up in the chair. This was, oh my gosh, I've been a nurse now for 25 years or so. And so, a lot's changed too, but, so he was sitting up in the chair, and, I was getting him back to bed, and, he just, like, started, like, becoming a little blue, and, I mean, he was still breathing, but I could tell he was not doing good, so. And he was a tall person, I was by myself, so I had to real quick, at that time, they only had cold blues. They didn't have, like, right now in the hospital, they have, like, you can call a rapid response when you just need help. But I called it cold blue because he was sitting in his chair and he was starting to become blue. And I was a new nurse, so my skills weren't as good. And luckily, this nurse, she was amazing. She has passed since then. Rest in peace. She was such a great nurse. But okay, now we're gonna let's do a complete blue look. We're gonna use this shade here. Actually, you know what? Yeah, let's use that shade. And so she obviously was a responder, and she noticed that he was in fluid overload, and just needed some Lasix. So that we ended up pushing Lasix and everything, and she didn't make me feel like insecure or stupid, that I didn't catch that, you know, as a brand new nurse. I mean, she was amazing. And you know, since that code, I was able to identify and make sure I learned a lot from that code. It was my very first code, and so I will always remember it. And then, like, I ended up, obviously, throughout the years, I became like the leader of the codes, because each code team has like a leader, and so I would go and respond to all the codes. So I like tremendously improved after, you know, after me being a new grad. And but I remember another time where this tall guy, when housekeeping, the dietary people brought in his breakfast, and no one put their foot or his dentures in. Okay, let's use this blue shade here. And I didn't know they just gave him his food, and the family was in there, so I wasn't expecting anything. Well, I happened to go in because, like, I usually write down like all my assessment. Well, for some reason I forgot to write down his IV, so I went back in to check his IV, and he was choking, and his family was gone, and he was tall, so I had to get up on the bed and like start doing like CPR, because he was sitting up too, so I had to like try to get him do CPR while he was sitting up. And then I'm like, okay, now I gotta try to get him laid down so I can like start doing like, not CPR, but like when someone's choking sitting, you want to thrust up, and sometimes you, especially if they're taller, they say to do like some of the CPR maneuvers for the Heimlich. And so that's what I was doing, but I'm short, so I had to get up on the bed. And I called the Code Blue because at that time we didn't have a rapid, and I needed someone to get like suction and, you know, whatever, while I'm trying to give this gentleman the Heimlich. And at that time the family comes in and they're like, what the heck is going on? And so yeah, it was a little, probably looked kind of crazy. But then I got it up, and then they came in with the suction, and it was this big, huge mushroom. And the family's like, why didn't you put your teeth in, Dad? You know, and he's like, I don't know, I just figured, you know. And so they actually, after that, they like sent a hero card to me, and they're like, and they were telling everybody coming in, she's our hero, and she even got up and like was put on the bed and was pushing on him to get that up, because I'm short. I'm like, how am I gonna do this? And it's not like they have stools for these beds. So that was kind of crazy day, but I got it up and got him from not choking. And I'm like, from now on, you put on your call light and make sure that you got your dentures in. And his meal, it was supposed to be more parade, so they should have chopped up the mushrooms, but they didn't. Okay, I'm going to use this pencil for the blue. But yeah, it made me feel good when they gave me a hero card, because at the hospital they used, it's called Hero, for patients that could actually, patients or family can actually recognize a nurse or an employee. And so that was nice that they did that. I almost started doing my mascara, and we got to put this down. So let's use this shade, this blue shade. I used extra pigmented blush today that I thought if I went light with it, and yeah, you know me, I have a heavy hand, even when I try to go light. Okay, now we're going to go in with this shade to kind of highlight, and then the corners and right below the brow bone. And then we need to smooth this out. So yeah, it's been a long time. I've been off the floor for 15 years. I've been in leadership for the last 15 years on the quality side. So now I do more of the reviews. Like, so anytime there's a cold blue, I might do a review, because even if it's successful and everything goes right, there's always room for opportunity. So that's like my side now that I do. But I do miss it. I'm gonna go in with this blue again, because we gotta make blue lips. This is glossy lip liner with the blue, and I do remember a lot of the cold blues that I've been part of. This one in particular, I was in the middle of a code and I was bagging someone using the Ambu bag, and another patient's family came in and was like, my mom needs to use the restroom. And I'm like, can you go get one of the aides to do it? And I'm usually not mean, but dude, we're in crisis situation. What the heck? What would you, if we were working on your mother, would you want someone interrupting to use the bathroom? I get some people, you know, hospitals, they'll put on their call light, and sometimes they'll wait forever because hospitals aren't good about responding. But clearly you see I'm busy. All right, then we're going to use the NYX Butter Gloss in the shade Blueberry. Smells good. I'm assuming that's a blueberry smell. Yeah, I don't really look good in blue, but I don't use blue very often. All right, this is it for Mix It Up Monday for Cold Blue Glam Day. Other than the too pinky, I think it looks decent. I mean, I would never go to work with blue lips, but for Cold Blue Glam Day, I had to do it. And I hope you enjoyed some of these experiences I had. I do miss the bedside with, you know, talking about those experiences and how satisfying when, you know, you're able to save someone's life and everything. But I mean, it is sad too when you can't. But anyway, for Cold Blue Glam Day, the quote of the day, it comes from Frank Lloyd Wright: "Space is the breath of art." And remember, don't wake up and choose violence, choose kindness. And I'll see you next time. Bye.